Hello everybody and welcome back to Photoshop for Beginners. Today we will talk about brush tool more in depth to explain it more, because we didn't explain a lot on the tools and preset tools and shortcut tutorial. So let's get started by opening Photoshop and talk about brush tool. So just go ahead. First I'm gonna create a new folder to play around with. I'm gonna keep it 500, change the background to a white background. Let's keep the name default name. So right now we have a 500 by 500 background. So we can draw in it, and yes, using the brush tool, and it's actually nothing much. Sometimes you think to the brush tool it's nothing much, just drawing and stuff, but you can do VFX, a lot of things using not VFX, what the hell, effects, on your document. So let's go ahead and just open the over here. You can see you have a lot of brushes you can choose from, but let's see you don't like any of those default brushes. You want to add your own, or to create your own, or to browse on a different matters. So let's go ahead and click this the brush panel. Okay, now we have over here a brush panel. Even though there is a lot of presets over here, you can also go down to over here and load different presets as you wish. So let's go ahead and yes, we're gonna replace them. We don't want to save the previous one. So you can see we have different brushes, even though they don't look like a brush, but they actually have some abstract feeling to them. Sometimes you want those things, sometimes you don't. It depends on the project. I don't know, I don't want to say that though, because I think you already know. So now let's go ahead and just play around with some brushes that's already available on Photoshop. So let's just go ahead and just use dynamic. You can rotate it, of course. This if you rotate it, and if you just have that, it will look different. So let's just shrink it down, because I think it's very big. I think it should be from over here. You can go to the size and shrink it down. Now you can see what's happening. It looks okay, and you can just keep doing that and change how it reacts, depends on the spreading and stuff like that. And I encourage you to play around with this, because it is actually a lot of things to do over here. I want you to play around with them, experiment how to do things, and that way you will learn better than me explaining them each one. So yeah, just play around with these. I'm gonna teach you how to add your own things, or if you found on the internet that you like, you can add your the presets that they offered. So let's go ahead, and I have a preset on the desktop downloaded already. You can download from a lot of places on the internet. There are many free brushes on the internet, and they're really valuable. This one is it was a free one. I'm gonna load it up. I'm gonna replace the brushes. Actually, it's okay because they are default, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go to my desktop, and this is the brushes that I wanted for this project, for example. Those brushes are just like those massive something like, you know, drawing errors, stuff like that. I don't know what to call them yet, I forgot. Even though they look awesome, you can do a lot of things with those. You can change the opacity from over here, and you can do a lot of things. For example, for this, it looks awesome even though we didn't done a lot. You can also go to the same brushes, and you can go to the brush tip shape, and you can just rotate it. You're gonna have a different look for it. I'm gonna change the opacity. So yes, I want you to play around, download a lot of presets from the internet. That way the brush tool will not be just a simple just painting tool. It will be a lot of things, especially for, you know, future projects you might want to make. So right now, let's go ahead and open a new document and learn how to create our own brushes. So let's go ahead and just command N to create a new one. I'm gonna make it transparent background. I'm gonna click OK. I will use the pen tool to create a straight line path, which is still not drawing. I'm gonna click in this layer, and I'm gonna click A to select the path selection tool. I'm gonna right click, stroke path, and I'm gonna keep it as a pencil. Okay, now I'm gonna rotate this. First of all, I'm gonna delete the path by right clicking on that, because we don't need that path anymore. So now let's go ahead and command T to have the transform on. I'm gonna rotate it. I'm gonna click shift to constrain the rotation. I'm gonna keep it 15 degrees. I'm gonna apply that change. I'm gonna keep it over here. I'm gonna duplicate it multiple times, select one of them, just drag that to any place. Then I'm gonna highlight them all, duplicate them all again, select the last one, shift click the first one to select them all, and then I'm gonna click this distribute horizontal centers. Click it. When you click it, it will distribute all those layers accordingly. Now, because we are making a brush, we want to merge them all, because the only way to save a brush is to have only one layer. So let's go ahead and merge all layers. So we have now just one layer that have this look to it. Let's go ahead and transform it a little bit. I'm just gonna scale it down and click OK, and also I'm gonna command A to select all document, and I'm gonna click V for the move tool. I'm gonna center them so they are now absolutely in the center. So now I'm gonna click command D to deselect. That is the important. This is, you know, the important part. You can make any shape you want instead of this, but let's go ahead and just save this as a brush. Let's define it. Simply we will go to edit, down to define brush preset. That is all, I think. Just click OK, and let's go ahead back to this document, press the brush tool B, and we still have the previous brush, and let's go down to the last one, which is our brush. Now we have this brush. Let's go ahead and play around a little bit with it using the brush panel. Over here we can just shrink the size down, and let's go ahead spacing. You can change the spacing, you can rotate it, you can do a lot of things to it. You can smooth it, have a noise on it, And yeah, I really encourage you to play around with this things. Let's go ahead and just keep it like so. You can play with the angle, and once you've done that, you can just do a lot of crazy things. So we have this brush, which is kind of crazy. I don't know, you can do a lot of crazy things using it. So custom brushes, downloadable brushes on the internet, and play around with them, enjoy them. And I think this is enough for today tutorial. So let's end up over here. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. My name is Al.Mahdi, and hope you all the best. Keep learning and do amazing things. Peace, love, and unity.